Hey, watch fanatics. This is Ariel Soltero with WatchReport.com coming to you today with another review. Today we're going to be looking at the Momentum VS-3 Altimeter ABC watch. But before I get into the review, I want to remind you to like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're all over the place. And then go back to our website, WatchReport.com, so you can check out a ton of other cool reviews and videos. All right, so Momentum VS-3 Altimeter. We got the ABC down. For those that are pretty new to this, an ABC watch, again, are the ones that are going to allow the user to get the readouts of the altimeter, your barometer, right, your barometric pressure, and then your compass. The compass is a great feature for me because I get lost all the time, so I was definitely excited to get this watch. Not only that, I'm a police officer. I love watches that are tactical looking. I love watches that I can wear on duty and not have to worry about if they're getting, damaged or whatnot. I want watches that can take a licking, and this is one of them. So Momentum is a brand that is actually marketed by the St. Moritz Watch Corporation, which designs, assembles, and services their own watches. They're kind of the utility player in the watch industry. They do it all. Another thing that they say on their website is that they offer, their watches offer a ton of bang for your buck. So again, I wanted to make sure that if I was reviewing a watch and they make a claim saying, hey, we give you a lot for the money, that I wanted to make sure that you, the person at home, was going to receive a lot of watch for your money if you decide to purchase this watch. Specs on it, they're pretty large. 50.5 millimeters is going to be the size. The case diameter, the lugs are 32 millimeters. Lug to lug is 50 millimeters, so again, a pretty large watch. And the weight on this watch is next to nothing. It's 76 grams. Movement, you're going to have a quartz digital with a battery life of 1 to 2 years. Now the crystal, something that I want to stop and talk about briefly. The crystal on this one is sapphire, which is something that Momentum did that a lot of other ABC watches aren't doing. Now, I'm not saying they're the only ones. What I am saying is definitely at this price point, they're one of the only ones. Mineral crystal is also offered. The water resistance on this ABC watch is 5 ATM. That is not to be confused with 50 meters or 165 feet, which the company wanted to make sure that I made a note of that. I'll explain that here in just a second. Retail price mineral crystal, you're looking at $195, $240 for the sapphire crystal. When I received this watch, I received it in this metal tin right there. It's a metal tin box. It is a hinged box. It's really nice little pillow inside. But as many of us do, we just take the box, remove it out of the equation, and you are left with the watch, which is what I want to review. As far as the dial is pretty consistent with a lot of the ABC watches. It's very uncluttered. It serves an awesome function. Why? Because if you're using this watch for what God intended, which is for the outdoors, the outdoorsman, the outdoors woman, and you're hiking up a mountain, you're biking down a mountain, you are ascending a mountain, you're descending a mountain. Well, you're not static in time. You are actually moving. The watch is moving, doing a lot of other things as I'm doing right now. But if you notice, even while I'm moving the watch around, you can still tell the time fairly easily, which is what you want. You want to be on the go, and if you're moving around, then you're able to see, okay, today's Thursday, and it's 11:45 at night. I know what you guys are thinking. What's this crazy guy doing a watch review at 11:45 at night? But like I said, I work a lot, and I try to get these done whenever I can. So everybody's asleep. It's the perfect time. Now, the crystal. The crystal is one of my favorite parts of the watch. Why? Because I took this watch out to the range when I was actually qualifying, and the watch got pelted about 15 or 20 times with hot brass. For any of y'all that are into that type of thing, you know that if you get pelted with some hot brass, it stinks. But the watch came out unscathed. You'll have a little roughness around the stainless steel bezel that they have, But again, this watch is not made to look pretty. This watch is made to be worn. It wants you to take it outside. It wants you to use it to the best of what you can offer, and I did just that. So very, very nice. The case is plastic. All right, so you're gonna have your plastic case right there. You're gonna have your sensors. You're gonna have your push buttons, which are gonna activate the modes. We'll talk about that here in just a second. A little bit more of the plastic case. Stainless steel bezel. It's got a bead blasted finish. Not sure it hides the scratches all that well, but again, I guess it kind of does, since I've given this watch a beating and you really can't find a whole lot of them. Now, as far as what the watch offers, you're going to have it on the right hand of the on the right side of the dial. That's the ABC part of it, and again, your mode button is going to be down here. So at the 2 position, you're going to have your barometric pressure. At the 3 position, your compass. At the 4, your altimeter. So I'll kind of push some of those buttons right there. You see the altimeter flash on the screen. All right, pretty cool. There it is right there. Now you're gonna have your compass. This is great for somebody like me who is directional illiterate. I can literally get lost in my neighborhood, and I've lived here for several years. Now, what the compass does is it finds what they call magnetic north versus true north. Now you can, for the serious, I guess, outdoor enthusiast, you can set the variation down. They call that declination, from what they call true north and magnetic north. So don't fret, this watch allows you to do that. As far as barometric pressure, there's your barometer. All right, 86.1 degrees Fahrenheit. It does allow you to change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Now you can see some little clouds there towards the 12 o'clock position that lets you know that it's a cloudy day. Now, if the barometric pressure drops or increases, this lets you know. This is the biggest reason why they caution about this watch so much, the use of it in water. If you are using it for water sports, the instructions, the manual says do not do that. Why? Because it damages the membrane that is the one that gives you the readout of the barometric pressure. Doing so, you might have all wacky readouts. So again, this watch is not intended to be used for surfing. It's not intended to be used for diving. But I took it a step further. I said, you know what? Yeah, it says not to do it. But again, these are outdoorsmen. Most of the people that are going to be buying this watch are outdoorsmen. I wanted to make sure that at least you could do enough with it in the water without damaging. And so I did. I went to my neighbor's pool, about 6 feet down, had no problems. I swam in it, which of course increases the pressure. No problems. I took a shower, no problems. I bathed in it. I washed my hands. Remember, this is a watch that I took out to the range and got extremely dirty. And I rinsed it, gave it a thorough rinsing, and had no problems. So again, just be cautious when you guys do it. Like everything in life, anything in excess is bad. I think this watch allows you to do a lot of things. Just again, don't take a scuba diving trip with it. All right, so you have your barometric pressure. We talked about that. Your compass and your altimeter. Now down here, where this button is right there, this button goes through the modes. And one of the reasons I got to keep the watch kind of stationary, guys, is that yes, the sapphire crystal is awesome. It doesn't have a whole lot of anti-reflective coating to it, if any, and so I keep catching the studio lights and my camera in the shot. So I'm trying to allow you guys to be able to see it fairly well. So let's go through the modes here real quick. If you notice, I hit the mode button. It took me back to the home screen, or your I call it the landing screen. But if you keep it pressed down, it's going to take you into your functions. It's got your alarm, your settings, stopwatch, etc. Up here has your light. If you're camping, it's going to give you sufficient light. If you're the type of guy that likes to sleep with watches on like I do, I don't ever take my watch off, other than for a review like this. That's going to be suffice. So it is really easy. There's that old song that says ABC is easy as 1, 2, 3. And in this particular case, it's a very, very, very easy watch to use. All right, case back on it. Fairly simple case back. See if I can get it to come out here. All right, so fairly simple case back. If you notice, it's got a notch, and that's what they call a hatch. It's designed to allow you to change your own battery. Now, if you got a nickel, open it up, do the battery change, but if you mess it up, it's on you. The instruction manual makes it very well known that if you do damage a watch, they will not service it for you. But a battery change is fairly simple, especially with a hatch like that. It is a stainless steel case back strap. We talked about that. It's got a lug size of 32 millimeters. It is a very, very comfortable strap. You'll see the aeration holes right there. It's going to fit up to about an 8 or 8.5 inch wrist. It's got a fairly simple tang buckle and a floating keeper. The keeper inside does have a little notch which catches on basically this portion right here. So that way when it's pulling apart, it'll actually catch. So that way if you're doing all those let's say extreme sports, it won't just fall out on you. Very comfortable strap. If you get it wet, it's going to dry easily, again because of the aeration holes. So pretty nice. I know when I first got the watch, I'll admit I thought it was fairly cheap feeling. I am used to those thick straps, the ISO frames, and I think that I unfairly judge all other straps because of it. This is a nice strap. It definitely goes with the watch. So I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with that. Normally this is a section where I would talk about a lot of the features, a lot of the movement on a particular watch, but the movement is a quartz movement on this one right here. I'm trying to get back the light that I've lost. All right, so this watch is going to have your let me talk about it while I have them up. This is going to have, again, your altimeter. We talked about your barometer. I talked about your compass. I talked about. It's also going to have your alarm. It's going to have your world time. So let me get onto that. This button up top scrolls up. It's going to have your world time right there. It's going to have your chronograph, stopwatch. If you go down, it's going to have your timer. It's going to have your alarm, which I think was up top. There it is right there, your alarm. And it's going to have a really nice backlight. Now, a lot of people want to see a wrist shot of this. Let me take it behind the camera, put it on real quick. Bear with me, guys. Wish I had a little Superman booth, but I don't. All right, so there it is right there. Apologize the glare, guys. Bear with me. So it sits really nice flat on your wrist. You can see I've got a 7.5 inch wrist right there, and it just fits nice. Even if you have a little smaller wrist, remember this watch is not something that you're going to take to the office. I don't think it's anything that you're gonna wear out. If you decide that day that you're going to go hiking or biking, this is the watch that you grab. Being the fact that it's quartz, it's going to be ready when you grab it. You plop it on, and you're ready to use it. So definitely a nice watch. I tell everybody, I think this is a watch that's going to blow up in the ABC category. Why? Because it's a nice watch. It's inexpensive. It's going to leave a few bucks in your wallet. And guess what? If you have a few bucks in your wallet, then you're going to have a few bucks to pay for all those medical bills when you fall off that mountain. All right, guys. Again, thanks for watching my video. Like us on all those social media avenues. And please, it's important to me, leave comments below on what you thought of this watch, what you thought of the review. If you have anything that you'd like to see, I'd be happy to review it. So, this is Ariel Soltura signing off. See you next time. Bye-bye.